This news story going down right now on the world stage with Matthew Leibelsberger in Las Vegas. It seems like Las Vegas is Psyop Central with so many news stories coming out of Vegas. And you see here the connection with, as you see here, Donald Trump and Elon Musk with the Tesla Cybertruck in the Trump Tower in Vegas side by side. Obviously meant to happen. And as far as the news story itself, let's take a look here at the actual footage from ABC.
President-elect Trump's Las Vegas hotel. The FBI searching for answers. ABC's Mullenweg has the latest.
This morning, new details behind this Cybertruck explosion outside of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Authorities say notes were found on a cell phone.
So I'm going to stop right there and back up. And it's pretty amazing how this cell phone survived that explosion, lying on its back, face up, and its readable data was used to get information about, as you see here, again, Matthew Leibelsberger. And as you can see here, this military ID of this Green Beret, it looks like someone got a cigar and just basically melted this aspect, this part here of the ID itself. Everything else is viewable, readable. Obviously his face, the burn mark's not here, it's not over here. It's right here where everything else is legible, readable, and you can clearly see his face. It kind of reminds me of the magical passport going back in time to 2001, as you can see here with these individuals, specifically this one with the one eye symbolism. Make no mistake about it, this is by design with the one eye symbolism, and that gets back to the cell phone itself, which I call the magical cell phone. Let's continue.
On a cell phone recovered from the scene.
Why did I personally do it now? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took.
Officials confirming the 37-year-old Matthew Leibelsberger, a highly decorated Green Beret.
And there have been many cases over the years where there's people that were involved in the military, present or prior, that have been partaking in these type of news stories. And this gets into this Operation Field Manual, Psychological Operations, U.S. Army Doctrine, Field Manual number 33. Amazing. Let's take a look here in more detail. Psyop, Psychological Operations, any form of communication in support of objectives designed to influence the opinions, emotions, attitudes, or behavior of any group in order to benefit the sponsor either directly or indirectly. Department of Defense, U.S. Army Field Manual number 33. And that gets into the full name, Matthew Allen Leibelsberger, the number 99 in Pythagorean numerology. And it gets down to Freemasonry and the 99th degree of Freemasonry. Now let's continue more with this news story.
We didn't have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the sands. See that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet.
Now, one thing interesting to note is you don't see him actually drive into the valet area. They cut it off right here. Why is that? All they show is the clip where he's supposedly driving through the valet area and he exits and comes back around supposedly at a later time, an hour later. They don't show, again, when he actually pulls up for the last time. Let's play this clip and I'll continue.
Leibelsberger pulling into the hotel valet at 7:35 a.m. Wednesday before pulling out, returning an hour later. And then, just 17 seconds later, the explosion.
And again, it's really important to point out how they never show the last segment where he supposedly drives up and enters the Trump Tower valet parking area. Why not? What do they have to hide? There's something going on, possibly a crew there that they don't want us to see. All this is highly suspicious. And here's a vantage point within the Trump Tower itself from the lobby area. And what I find interesting is you don't see anybody around except one individual walk past the screen. And literally you don't hear anybody talking. And it's quiet, very quiet, which is very abnormal. And this person filming doesn't say anything. He's just filming. Then he zooms in. You know, in a normal situation, you would hear someone say, wow, what's going on? Some type of commentary. But this person was obviously here just to document the event. And as you can see, not a whole lot going on. The fire's going off. You see that one, looks like a security guy walking past pretty casually. Obviously, this doesn't pass a smell test. And everything cleared out here. And as I shown earlier, there doesn't appear to be any damage to the Trump Tower, the front doors. It seems like it's all contained. And this photo itself looks kind of suspicious. Almost like it's cut off, some type of Photoshop going on here. I'm not quite sure. But all the footage, all the video, and of course all these still shots, they're very blurry, very low quality, such as this one. And here's a vantage point from across the street from this building. And the person filming makes sure to get the Trump sign for the Trump Tower itself. You see the smoke and all. This is very reminiscent of what took place in New York back in 2001. And that gets back to Matthew Leibelsberger, as you see here, with Leibelsberger itself like he's alive, and of course, live backwards is evil. And this individual, as you see here, Shamsad Din Jabbar, of course you have the Sham in the name. He's the individual that supposedly rented a truck from the same app, the same company that Leibelsberger did, and they both attended the same Army training facility in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Both stories going on at the same time. Very interesting how this all breaks down on the world stage.
John chapter 9, verse 25. Whereas once I was blind, now I can see.